Welcome back. Now we're looking at example 3, where we have f of x as 2x squared, g of x is 5x minus 10, h of x is the square root of x, and j of x is the constant, -5. And this time we're not just going to perform the operations, but we're going to evaluate that resulting function in terms of the number, the value that's given in the parentheses. So if we start with the g plus h of 4, right, g of 4 is going to be added to h of 4. Okay, so g of 4 means we're going to take the 5 in place of x, we're going to substitute a 4 and then minus 10. So 5x minus 10, we're taking this 4 and we're substituting it in for the x. Okay, to that, we're going to add, and then h of x is the square root of x, but in place of x, we're putting in the 4. And now we're going to do some simplifying. So 5 times 4, that's 20, minus 10 plus, and then the square root of 4 is 2. 20 minus 10 is 10, and then 10 plus 2 is 12. So this g plus h functions evaluated at 4 is equal to 12. Now in B, we've got the function f minus the function g, and that's going to be evaluated with a 1. So I'm going to use green for f of 1, and then we're going to subtract, and then g was red, so we're going to subtract g of 1. So we're going to start by taking that function f, which is 2x squared, but in place of the x, we're going to put the 1. Okay, then we want to subtract, and since g of x is a binomial, we're going to need parentheses around it. So that's going to be a 5 times 1, 1 in place of the x, minus 10. Okay, so following our order of operations, let's start with our parentheses here. So we have inside the parentheses 5 times 1 is 5, and then 5 minus 10 is a negative 5, and a negative times a negative is a positive. So we have 2 times 1 quantity squared plus 5. Okay, then after parentheses in the order of operations, we evaluate exponents. So 1 squared, that's a positive 1. Then we multiply times 2, and we have 2 plus 5. And 2 plus 5 is 7. Okay, then in C, we're taking the function h times the function j, and we're going to evaluate that at 36. So our function h gets evaluated with a 36, and then that will be multiplied times the function j of x, which is going to be purple, so j of 36. So h of x is the square root of x, and in place of the x, we're using a 36. Okay, then that's times, and j of x is the constant, -5. There is no x over here on this side of the parentheses, so there's nowhere for me to substitute the 36. It doesn't matter what the x is the constant is a negative 5. I'm going to put that in parentheses because of that negative. And now we're ready to simplify. The square root of 36 is 6, and then we multiply that times negative 5, which is a negative 30. So go ahead and pause the video and try these 3 problems on your dry erase board or some scrap paper. And when you're ready to go over the answers, you can resume the video. So in A, we're taking the function g times the function h. We're going to evaluate that product at 4. I need to get rid of that. There we go. And that's going to be g of x, which is 5x minus 10. We substitute in the 4 for the x, so we have 5 times 4 minus 10. Then we're going to multiply that times h of 4, and the square root is the function h. In place of the x, we put a 4. Then in our order of operations, we're going to evaluate these parentheses. So 5 times 4 is 20, minus 10 is 10, and then the square root of 4 is 2, and 10 times 2 is 20. Okay, in B, we have the function f plus the function g evaluated at 1. So we're taking f of x, which is 2x squared. We're putting in a 1 for the x, and that's 2 times 1 squared, which is 2 times 1, which is 2. Then to that, we're going to add the g of x function evaluated at 1. So 5x minus 10 becomes 5 times 1 minus 10, and then 5 times 1 is 5, minus 10 is negative 5, and then we're adding 2 plus negative 5, which is negative 3. Then in C, we have the function h minus the function j. We're going to evaluate that difference when x is 36. So we're going to take the function h of x, which is the square root of x. We substitute the 36 for the x. Square root of 36 is 6. Then our function j of x is the constant, negative 5. And remember, it doesn't matter what the x is. We just have a negative 5 for that function. And then a negative and a negative is a positive. So 6 plus 5 gives us a total of 11.